home from a concert drunk one night, and I had the munchies, and White Castle was too far of a walk, so I walked in my apartment, and there wasn't a lot of stuff in the refrigerator, and I jokingly said to myself, I wonder what Lemmy would do in this situation. And the next morning, I sent an email out to Lemmy's people and asked him what he would have done, and he sent me a recipe. And it kind of spiraled out of control after that. I just emailed all these other bands, and I probably got about 300 recipes from different metal bands throughout the world. It's definitely Lemmy's recipe. His is definitely super bizarre, you know. But yeah, it's weird and it's interesting. But I try to keep the book as very food friendly as possible. It's doing really well, man. The book's selling. I set up a charity with it, with Meals on Wheels, and it's doing good. It's getting a lot of exposure, and the foodies are digging it, and the metalheads are digging it. So it's a win-win, and everyone's having fun with it, and it's just a really cool book, man. It's got a lot of cool stories of the bands traveling around the world, eating their favorite foods. It's got some great recipes, and some of them have some great funny stories to go along with it. So it's definitely an entertaining read. Yeah, I mean, I moved to New York City in '96, and I basically had a guitar, a chair, my CD collection, and a stereo, and I literally slept on the floor in a sleeping bag for like 6 months, and I got an internship at a record company, making $175 a week, and my rent was $750 a month. So if you do the math, there wasn't a lot of extra money, and but I just stuck with it, and I worked hard, and I finally got hired full time, and I just been climbing that ladder ever since, I was working, Mayhem was the first one to bring over like Cradle of Filth, My Dying Bride. We had a band from New York called Piston that we helped break. It was a lot of, we had like, the Mechanic catalog, which had Voivod on it, and so there was a lot of good metal through there. Pentagram, Saxon, Anathema, a lot of good stuff. I mean, I always try to study different scenes throughout the country and see which scene's popping right now, and it just, I'm a big fan of the New York scene because, this is where I'm from and everything, and I think the scene's getting stronger, and it seems like the bands are working together to help each other out, and the scene's growing, and it's really positive, and I think that's awesome because that's one thing I can't stand is when, bands have egos and like, oh, my band's better than yours, go fuck yourself, and all that shit, and it's just like, dude, that doesn't help the scene, and doesn't help your band, it doesn't help my band, so, it's got to be a brotherhood of metal, man, and I see that, and I see bands embracing each other and helping each other out, and I think it's a good thing for the New York scene. Yeah, one of my dreams as a kid was always to put together my favorite bands on one concert, and I guess, being bored right now, I just decided to make that a reality now. So I spoke to one of my good buddies who works at a booking agency and asked him if he'd want to partner up on this thing, and we both kind of went through we both had the same style of music that we like, and kind of went through our CD collection, and they're like, hey, this band would be awesome with this band, and we kind of started reaching out to bands, and everyone was digging the vibe, and we all got on the same page, and I can't wait, because it's been about 5 months in the making, so it's been a long time, but I'm glad it's finally coming, through, and I can't wait for the New York show, and I just think it's a badass metal tour. We wanted the thing with Metalliance, we wanted the old school with the new school, and making a brotherhood of metal, like a metal alliance, and, we got Atlas Moth, Howl, Kylesa, Red Fang, we got Crowbar, St. Vitus, and we got New York Legends Helmet, headlining the tour, and they'll be doing the whole Meantime record in its entirety on this tour, so I'm really excited to see that, because I honestly haven't seen that tour, since, back in '92, so it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I think because I started playing music when I was 8 years old, and I started playing the saxophone, but then I started, when I was a teenager, I really got into metal and stuff like that, but I'd probably say like Megadeth and AC/DC and Ronnie James Dio with Black Sabbath, really I like put down my saxophone and picked up the bass guitar and said, I want to be a rock star. I just want to be like them. But it never happened. But it's in my blood. I still love playing, and I continue to play today with with my band Moth Eater, and I'm really excited. It's just something to alleviate the stress, and I just have fun playing my guitar, and I love it. And I think I got a pretty good band, and I love networking with other bands, and it's just a fun way to keep the scene alive for me.